Not every sweetness is found in soft places. Some blessings are not on the surface, not in comfort, not in ease. Some blessings are hidden inside the rock, inside the hard places, inside the places you least expect life to exist. And yet that is where honey lives. Hear this mystery. There is honey hidden in the rock. Oh Jah, you hide sweetness in hard places. You bring life out of stone. You turn dryness into testimony. Oh Jah, reveal the hidden honey. I walk through seasons of silence, where everything felt dry and still, where prayers return like echoes across a barren hill. No river came to soothe my hunger, no tree to shade my pain, only stone beneath my footsteps and endless sun and rain. But in the middle of that dryness, something strange began to rise. A sweetness I could not imagine, hidden from my human eyes. For what I thought was only struggle was a secret in disguise, that Jah was working in the rock face where no man could recognize. Oh Jah, why does sweetness hide in stone? Why must blessing feel unknown? There is honey hidden in the rock, in the places I would fear. There is honey hidden in the rock, where only faith draws near. What looks like pain is full of promise, what looks dry is full of grace. There is honey hidden in the rock, in every hidden place. I search for comfort in the valley, I search for ease along the road, but every path that felt familiar only added to my load. Then I learned through deep surrender that not all life looks like life. Some miracles are carved in silence, through struggle, sweat and strife. Even Moses struck the mountain and the water broke the stone. So I began to understand it, I was never truly alone. For even in my hardest seasons, Jah was crafting something sweet, a hidden stream of living mercy beneath my tired feet. There is honey hidden in the rock, in the place I least expect. There is honey hidden in the rock, where faith and fear connect. Not in ease, but in the breaking, not in gold, but in the test. There is honey hidden in the rock, where Jah knows what is best. Some blessings are not loud, they do not announce themselves. They are discovered, not given easily, but revealed through trust. Oh Jah, teach us to see what is hidden. Rock will open, stone will speak. Dry places will become sweet. Jah is working, even here, even now. Honey flows from the impossible place. I have walked through modern day cracked and worn, where hope is barely breathing and faith feels overthrown. But every stone I stumbled over, every dry and silent day, was shaping something deep inside me that could not fade away. For hidden in the hardest places is where the strongest roots are born, and honey flows from broken silence where belief was once forlorn. So I no longer curse the desert, I no longer fear the storm, for I have learned that even in it, Jah has never left me alone. There is honey hidden in the rock, and I finally understand. There is honey hidden in the rock, in the work of Jah's hand. What was bitter becomes blessing, what was lost becomes my song. There is honey hidden in the rock, where I was all along. One day the rock will open fully, and what was hidden will be seen. Every tear will turn to purpose, every dry place turns to green. And I will stand in full amazement at what patience had prepared, that every broken road I traveled was the place Jah always cared. So I will praise Him in the desert, I will sing within the storm, for honey was not far away, it was always in my bone. There is honey hidden in the rock, and I will never doubt again. There is honey hidden in the rock, through every loss and pain. From dryness into sweetness, from silence into praise. There is honey hidden in the rock, in all my waiting days. There is honey hidden in the rock, oh, there is honey hidden in the rock, and I will taste, and I will taste, and I will taste, and I will taste. Oh, Jah.
Listen, there is a place the journey always leads, a place called Jordan. Not just a river, but a boundary between struggle and promise, between wandering and rest, between tears and fulfillment. But even Jordan is not the end. There is another shore beyond Jordan's evening shore. Oh, Jah, lead me across what I cannot cross alone. Take me beyond the limits of fear, take me beyond the waters of doubt. Stood beside the rolling waters, where night began to touch the land. The river spoke in heavy silence, too wide for trembling hand. Behind me lay my years of wandering, desert dust upon my feet. Before me flowed a final barrier, where promise and impossibility meet. The sun was sinking into shadow, the wind began to cry, and every thought I carried with me was asking me to try. But I remembered ancient calling, a voice that split the sea. If Jah could make a path through oceans, then He could carry me. Oh, Jah, story, or the beginning of your glory. Beyond Jordan's evening shore is where my freedom not knowing how it would hold. But faith does not ask for the ending before the story unfolds. And as their feet touched holy waters, something deeper moved the stream. Like heaven paused the course of nature to fulfill a waiting dream. The river stood in silent witness to obedience and trust. And what looked like drowning to the natural became divine for us. The path was not carved by the mighty, but by hearts that dared believe that what just speaks into existence, no water can retrieve. Beyond Jordan's evening shore, the only fades away. Beyond Jordan's evening shore, I find a brand new day. No fear can hold my journey, no doubt can steal my song. Beyond Jordan's evening shore is where I belong. Some rivers are not barriers, they are baptisms into destiny. Some crossings are not endings, they are beginnings disguised as struggle. Oh Jah, carry me through what I cannot finish alone. Jordan slow, Jordan still, Jordan still, Jordan listen, Jordan will, faith step in, water bow, promise speaking, even now. Oh Jah, make a way. I have walked through many Jordans, not all made of a rushing tide. Some are fear, some are confusion, where broken dreams reside. But every time I reach the boundary where strength begins to fail, I hear the same eternal whisper that your promise will prevail. So I will not fear the crossing, even when I cannot see. For every Jordan I have entered has led me closer to thee. And I believe beyond the river there is something yet to come, where every tear becomes a witness and every battle's won. Oh yeah, beyond Jordan's evening shore, where the shadows turn to light. Beyond Jordan's evening shore is victory in sight. Not by might, not by power, but by your holy hour. Beyond Jordan's evening shore, I rise tonight. And when I step into the promise, I will not forget the stream that taught me how to trust you deeper than anything I've seen. For Jordan was not just a river, but a doorway into grace, where every faithful step of courage revealed your hidden face. So I will walk in full surrender, no longer bound by fear. For what lies beyond the river is already here. Beyond Jordan's evening shore, I hear the victory call. Beyond Jordan's evening shore, you are my all in all. From wandering into promise, from broken into whole. Beyond Jordan's evening shore, you saved my soul. I stood beside the rolling waters when night began to touch the land. The river spoke in heavy silence, too wide for trembling hand. Listen, everybody wants the milk, everybody wants the honey, but few remember the tears, the midnight prayers, the empty pockets, the long roads, the broken hearts. Before every promised land, there is a wilderness. Before every harvest, there is a seed buried in the ground. This song is for every soul who cried beneath the stars and wondered if Jah still remembers. Hear me now.
Milk, honey, and covenant tears.
The story never ends. Oh,
milk, honey, and covenant tears.
the promise always stands. Through every storm and every trial, through every doubt and every fear.
Milk, honey, and covenant tears.
Jah has been faithful through the years. Oh, Jah! Yeah. Abraham looked to the heavens, counting stars he could not own, holding on to words of promise while standing childless and alone. Sarah laughed through hidden sorrow. Years slipped by like desert sand, yet Jah was writing future blessings with his everlasting hand. Many saw the barren season, many mocked the waiting years, but they never saw the covenant watered by a river of tears.
Milk, honey, and covenant tears.
That's how the promise grows.
Milk, honey, and covenant tears.
That's what the faithful know. Every blessing has a story, every victory has a cost.
Milk, honey, and covenant tears.
Jah never forgets the lost. Moses cried beside the Red Sea, Pharaoh's army drawing near, the people trembling in confusion, their hearts consumed by fear. Yet the staff was raised toward heaven, and the waters stepped aside, for the God who made the covenant was still standing by their side. They rejoiced upon the shoreline, tambourines filled the air. But before the song of freedom, there were desperate covenant prayers. Milk,
Honey, and covenant tears.
that's how the mountains move.
Milk, honey, and covenant tears.
That's how Jah's love proves true. Through the waiting, through the struggle, through the valley and the years.
Milk, honey, and covenant tears.
Some cry in secret, some cry in silence, some cry where nobody sees. But every tear has a witness, every prayer has a listener. Jah counts them all, not one forgotten, not one wasted, no, not one. I remember nights of sorrow when my face seemed paper thin, asking Jah to send an answer while the storm was closing in. The table looked completely empty, the future looked unclear, but heaven was already moving, though I couldn't see it near. Now I look upon the journey and understand what happened there. The places where I thought Jah left me were the places He carried me in. Oh, milk, covenant remains. Milk and honey, milk and honey, flowing from your hand. But every drop reminds me of every prayer you answered, oh child. The vineyard bears its fruit in season. The olive tree begins to bloom, but hidden underneath the surface are roots that battle through the gloom. The world celebrates the harvest. Heaven remembers the rain, the sleepless nights, the aching heart, the wrestling through the pain. For every crown upon a forehead, for every testimony shared, there were moments in the darkness when only Jah knew who cared. Oh, milk, honey, and covenant tears, the story never ends. Milk, honey, and covenant tears, the promise always stands. Through every storm and every trial, through every doubt and every fear. Milk, honey, and covenant tears, Jah has been faithful through the years. Milk, honey, and covenant tears, His mercy brought me here. Milk, honey, and covenant tears, His voice was always near. The promise lives, the promise lives, the promise lives, the promise lives, because the covenant lives. When I taste the honey, I remember the tears. When I drink the milk, I remember the prayers. But few remember the tears, the midnight prayers, the empty pockets, the long roads, the broken hearts, before every promised land. Listen, there are blessings you did not start, but you are called to live inside them. There are trees you did not plant, but still give you shade. There are wells you did not dig, but still give you water. And there is a danger in that blessing, to forget the one who planted before you arrived. This is a song of humility in abundance. Olive trees I did not plant. Oh Jah, keep my heart humbly abundance. Do not let me forget the root I did not see. Do not let me forget the mercy behind the harvest. I stepped into a land already blooming, where fruit was hanging low and sweet. The soil was rich beyond my labor, and life felt strong beneath my feet. Olive trees stood tall in silence, shading fields I never sown. And I began to walk like owner of what I never built alone. But deep inside, a quiet warning whispered through the golden air: do not forget the hands before you. Do not forget who brought you here. For every branch that bends with blessing, there was a root beneath the ground that held the weight of generations when no one else was around. Oh, yeah, let me not become forgetful. the stories of my fathers who walked through fire and through pain. They planted seeds in barren seasons with hope against the rain. They did not see the full fruition of what their tears would bring, but still they gave their all in silence for future harvests to sing. And now I walk where they were broken, now I stand where they once cried, eating fruit from unseen labor, where their faith and mercy died. So how can I walk in pride now, when I am standing in their grace? Every step I take is borrowed from a time I did not face. Olive trees I did not plant, still standing my today. Olive trees I did not plant, still show me how to pray. Let my heart remain in wonder, let my soul not be too bold. Olive trees I did not plant are stories I am told. Some blessings are not rewards, they are inheritances of mercy. Some harvests are not earned, they are carried forward by grace. Oh, Jah, teach me gratitude in abundance. Roots run deep, time runs long, faithful hands still hold strong. Olive trees stand in peace, generations never cease. Oh, Jah, keep us humble. I have walked through modern gardens where success can blind the soul, where comfort tries to rewrite the story I am told. But every shade I rest beneath reminds me of a cost of life that sowed without applause and counted not what they lost. So I will not forget the silence of those who built before my day. For every leaf above my head, His mercy in display. Let my blessings not make me careless, let my abundance make me see that every olive tree I stand under is legacy to me. Olive trees I did not plant, still whisper to my heart. Olive trees I did not plant, remind me where to start. In gratitude and reverence, I will never walk away. Olive trees I did not plant, still teach me how to stay. One day I too will be a shadow for someone yet to come, and they will rest beneath my branches and not know what was done. But I will pray they never forget the source of every leaf, that every olive tree of blessing was born through faith and grief. So let my life become a planting that others one day find, and may they see in every branch a love that is divine. Olive trees I did not plant, still stand through every age. Olive trees I did not plant, still turn another page. From fathers into children, from sorrow into life. Olive trees I did not plant, still shine through every night. Olive tree I did not plant, Listen carefully. Not every promise feels like peace at first. Some promises feel like pressure. Some promises feel like war inside the mind. We were sent to a land already spoken into existence, a land flowing with milk and honey. But what we found there was not just fruit. It was fear. It was giants. It was a test of what we believe. When heaven shows us something our courage is not ready for. This is the valley of Eshkol, where vision and fear collide. Oh, Jah, strength of the weak, light in the valley. We saw it, we touched it, we trembled, but the promise still stands. Oh, Jah, we walked into silence under burning skies. 12 men chosen, but not all eyes rise. The land was speaking in colors of gold, but fear had already taken some hold. The hills were heavy with fruit unspoken. Vines were bending under blessings broken. The ground was rich with covenant grace, but doubt was written on every face. We cut the cluster too heavy to hold. One bunch of grapes like rivers of gold. 2 men carrying proof of the word, but 10 saw danger louder than heard. Oh, we carried evidence of promise, but we also carried fear. And what the heart believes inside it determines what becomes clear. The grapes of Eshkol still remain, too heavy for doubt to explain. And the grapes of Eshkol still remain, between the blessing and the pain. We saw the land flowing with glory, but fear tried rewriting the story. The grapes of Eshkol still remain, a test of faith through fire and rain. Giants stood like shadows on mountains, voices loud like breaking fountains. They did not touch us with their hands, but they conquered what fear understands. We looked at fruit beyond imagination, but forgot the voice of liberation that spoke through Moses in the night. Go take the land, I am your light. Caleb stood with fire in his spirit. Joshua heard the promise near it, but fear became a louder song, and truth was pushed where it don't belong. The grapes of Eshkol remain, a mirror of faith and pain. The grapes of Eshkol remain, where courage must break the chain. Some turn back at the sight of glory, some rewrite the ancient story. The grapes of Eshkol still remain, calling the faithful again and again. What do you do when promise is visible, but fear is louder than faith? What do you do when blessing is in your hands, but doubt is in your heart? Oh, Jah, teach us to believe what you already declared.
Just say go forward,
We hesitate,
just say take the land.
we debate, but
Promise don't wait,
your promise don't.
promise don't wait.
The grapes still hang, the land still call, the land still call. Oh, 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 oh. I have walked my own Eshkol valleys, still teaches me to rise again. For courage is not the absence of fear, but moving forward while it is near. The grapes of Eshkol
still remain,
but faith must rise through the pain. The grapes of Eshkol
still remain,
where promise breaks every chain. We choose the voice of
Caleb's fire,
we choose the truth that lifts us higher. Oh, the grapes of Eshkol,
still remain,
and we will enter again and again. So I will not stop at the valley, even when giants call my name. For every promise has a doorway that must be walked through flame. The fruit is not just for the vision, it's for the ones who still believe that Jah does not reveal a promise, then deny what hearts receive. And when I stand in final hardens, with every fear beneath my feet, I will remember Eshkol's silence, where doubt and destiny meet. The grapes of Eshkol
still remain,
our witness carved in time.
grapes of Eshkol
The grapes of Eshkol,
still remain,
where faith must choose to climb. Not all who see will enter, not all who fear will stay. The grapes of Eshkol still remain, but faith will find the way. The grapes of Eshkol still remain. The grapes of Eshkol still remain. And I will go, and I will go, and I will go into promise, into promise, into promise. Oh Jah, lead light through. Listen, there are places that do not forget. Land is not just soil, not just dust, not just geography. Some land carries memory. It remembers tears, it remembers footsteps, it remembers prayers spoken in silence. And even when the people forget, the land remembers. This is the story of a land that remembered every prayer.
oh Jah,
Oh Jah,
oh Jah,
let the ground remember righteousness. Let the earth carry testimony. Let no prayer fall to nothing. I walked upon a silent valley where time had left its heavy mark, but something deeper than the surface was speaking softly in the dark. The soil was rich with hidden stories of voices lifted long ago, of broken hearts and whispered pleading that only heaven seemed to know. Each stone I touched felt like a witness. Each tree stood tall like ancient prayer, as if the land itself was breathing the faith of those who once stood there. And I could feel beneath my footsteps a memory I did not create, a covenant between creation and every soul that chose to wait. Oh Jah, do prayers ever disappear, or do they live inside the earth? The land remembered every prayer, even when I could not see. The land remembered every prayer, and it was speaking back to me. No tear was ever wasted, no cry fell to the wind across the field, like unseen hands were still embracing the promises they sealed. Some prayed in famine, some in prison, some prayed when hope was nearly gone, but still they lifted holy voices until the night became a song. And now I walk where they were kneeling, where broken hearts became a seed, and every place they called on heaven is now answering their need. The land is not just silent witness, it is a living archive of every covenant spoken softly that still refuses to die. The land remembered every prayer through desert, fire, and rain. The land remembered every prayer and healed what once was pain. What was sown in tears and waiting now returns in harvest sound. The land remembered every prayer and lifts the faithful ground. Some prayers are not answered quickly because they are stored in eternity. Some cries are not ignored, they are written into creation itself. Let my life become a prayer the land will never forget. Ground remember, wind remember, storm remember, time remember. Nothing lost, nothing gone, every prayer still lives on. Oh Jah, the earth is listening. I have walked through modern seasons where silence feels like delay, but I now know deeper wisdom, that prayers do not decay. They travel through unseen dimensions, they settle where hearts have cried, and every faithful declaration becomes a force that cannot hide. So I will not stop my praying, even when I see no sign. For somewhere in the earth beneath me, my prayers are forming wine. And when the harvest finally opens, and what was hidden becomes clear, I will know the land was faithful through every waiting year. The land remembered every prayer when heaven seemed so far away. The land remembered every prayer and turned night into day. No silence was forgotten, no whisper left behind. The land remembered every prayer in perfect time. One day I will not be standing upon this ground of time, but someone else will walk this journey where my prayers still align. And they will find what I have planted, not in words but in the air. That every cry I sent to heaven still lives everywhere. So I will pray with deeper purpose, I will sow with deeper trust. For land remembers every prayer and turns it into dust of blessing, turn to must. The land remember every prayer that it will ever forget. The land remembered every prayer. No promise lies unmet, from generations into future, from silence into flame. The land remembered every prayer and still calls every name. I walked upon a silent valley where time had left its heavy mark, but something deeper than the surface. Listen. There are moments in life when the impossible becomes your only path. Ahead of you is a river. Behind you is everything that once chased you. There is no bridge, no boat, no escape. Only water, only fear, only silence between breath and destiny. But there is a name that speaks to rivers, a name that remembers seas that once opened. And this is the story of when the river stood still for me. Oh Jah, make a way where there is no way. When waters rise, when fear is near, hold I steady, oh Jah.
The river must obey.
I reached the edge of my breaking, where ground turned into stream. The river wide like ancient judgment, cutting through every dream. Behind me, footsteps of my past life, still echoing in my soul. Before me, water without mercy, and nowhere left to go. My heart was beating like a drum line, my thoughts were losing control, and fear began to write its prophecy inside my tired soul. But then I remembered a promise, a voice that split the sea. If Jah could drown the power of Pharaoh, then he could also rescue me. Oh Jah, if you made the ocean bold, then make this river bow again. The river stood still for me when I had nowhere else to go. The river stood still for me, and mercy began to flow. What looked like my end became my doorway. What felt like death became my peace. The river stood still for me, and fear began to cease. I stepped forward with trembling footsteps, no guarantee in sight, only the sound of inner whisper saying walk into the light. And as my foot touched the water, something deep began to shift. The current that once fought against me became a holy gift. The river paused its raging anger, like time itself held breath. And I walked through walls of silence, between what I feared and death. No bridge of man could have saved me, no strength could hold that tide. But Jah became the road beneath me, and stood right by my side. The river stood still for me when every voice said turn away. The river stood still for me, and darkness turned to day. What was meant to break me became my witness. What tried to drown became my song. The river stood still for me and carried me along. Some rivers are not meant to stop you, they are meant to reveal who walks with you. Oh Jah, you do not always remove the waters, sometimes you command them to obey. River, obey,
Obey,
let the promise pass through.
obey,
Let the faithful walk through.
obey.
No drowning, no breaking, only passing through. Jah command the waters, and they listen. I have modern rivers, not made of water alone, but rivers of doubt and confusion, where faith feels overthrown, where pressure rises like flood waters and silence feels like pain, where every step toward my calling feels like walking through rain. But I remember ancient stories of seas that lost their fight, so I speak to every river in the name of holy light. If Jah could still the Red Sea waters, then he still rules every tide, and no river formed against me will ever block what he provides. The river stood still for me when faith was all I had. The river stood still for me and turned my fear to glad. No longer trapped by impossible, no longer bound by pain. The river stood still for me, and I will walk again. And when I reach the other side, I did not walk alone. I carry testimony fire in every step I own. The river did not stay silent. It declared what Jah can do, that obstacles are not endings when heaven breaks them through. So I will never fear a river, no matter how it roars, for I have seen impossible waters become open doors. The river stood still for me, and my story was rewritten. The river stood still for me, and every chain was smitten. What blocked me became my pathway, what drowned became my praise. The river stood still for me through all my nights and days. Oh Jah, the river stood still for me. Oh Jah, the river stood still for me, and I will walk again. Oh Jah, there are moments in life when the impossible becomes your only path. Ahead of you is a river, behind you is everything that once chased you, and there is no bridge, no boat, no. Listen, there is a place no map can fully describe. Not Egypt, not yet Canaan, not bondage anymore, but not yet arrival. A place where footsteps echo louder than answers, where prayers rise, but direction feels quiet. This is the wilderness, and between the wilderness and the promise, there is a long road called waiting. Some lose faith there, some find themselves there, but the chosen are shaped there. Hear this story. Oh Jah, guide I through the unseen road, cloud by day, fire by night. Hold I steady between the wilderness and the promise. I woke up in a land of silence, where answers fade before they speak, where every step feels like a question and strength feels suddenly weak. The sun was hot like ancient judgment, the wind was cold like hidden fear, and every sound of distant movement made me wonder why I'm here. I left behind my chains, the fire in the distance, but could not tell if it was near. Sometimes it felt like hope was speaking, sometimes it sounded like fear. The rock still gave me living water, the sky still opened every day, but something deep inside my spirit was still learning how to pray. I met my doubts in hidden places, I met my fears along the road, I met myself without illusion, where every truth begins to unfold. And I discovered in the silence what Egypt never let me see, that freedom is not just escape, but who I am called to truly be. Yeah. Between the wilderness and the promise, I am breaking who I was. Between the wilderness and the promise, I am learning how to trust, not abandon, not forgotten. Between the wilderness and the promise, I am becoming love. Some think wilderness means punishment, but Jah does not waste empty places. Some think delay means denial, but heaven is never late. Oh Jah, teach I patience without bitterness, teach I faith without fear. Wilderness teach I, promise call I, wilderness break I, promise make I. Still I walk on, still I breathe on, still I trust Jah, even here. Desert was carving something deep in me, removing pride, removing hurry, until my soul could truly see that promise is not just a rival, but what I become on the way. And wilderness is not my ending, but shaping what I am today. So I no longer fight the silence, I no longer curse the delay, for Jah is working in the hidden, preparing me along the way. Between the wilderness and the promise, I am not lost, I am becoming. Between the wilderness and the promise, I hear heaven softly humming, not abandoned, not forgotten. Between the wilderness and the promise, my destiny is coming. Oh, one day this road will turn to harvest. One day this silence will be sung. One day I will look behind me and see Jah was there all along. But by your spirit, lead I in the battle unseen. We stood before the walls of promise, where giants carved their name in stone. The land looked rich with flowing blessing, yet fear made every heart feel cold. They sharpened swords in human thinking, they counted strength in iron and steel. But heaven never asked for weapons to make the broken strong and real. The spies returned with heavy voices. Some saw defeat before the fight, some saw a land beyond imagination, but lost their courage in the night. Only two stood firm and fearless, Caleb fire, Joshua flame. They saw the same great land before them, but spoke a different kind of name. Oh Jah, what is strength if you are not there? What is power without your aid? Canaan was not won by swords, it was won by faith in you. Canaan was not won by swords, but by the promise breaking through. Not by war, not by fight, but by walking in your light. Canaan was not won by swords, but by trusting what is true. Yeah, the world still thinks in blades and battles, in louder force and human pride. But Jah works in silent victory, where humble hearts decide. The river did not need a warrior, the wall did not need a war. It needed footsteps of obedience to open heaven's door. Each step around the silent city looked foolish to human eyes, but heaven was rewriting history through simple, faithful cries. And when the trumpet voice was lifted and walls fell into dust and sound, it wasn't strength that broke the barriers, but faith that shook the ground.
Canaan was not won by sword,
But by obedience and grace,
Canaan was not won by sword,
but by seeking Jah's face, the strongest walls still fall in silence. When faith begins to move, Canaan was not won by sword, but by what Jah chose to prove. Sometimes the greatest weapon is not in your hand, but in your surrender. Oh Jah, teach us to lay down what cannot save us, so we can pick up what you command. No sword can win this battle, no flesh can claim this land. Only Jah command,
only Jah command,
marching in silence.
walking in faith.
The walls must listen, the walls must fall. I have fought my own small Canaan, where pride tried holding the gate, where fear stood like towering giants and whispered it is too late. But I remember ancient rhythm of marching feet and trumpet sound, that victory does not come from violence, but from faith that shakes the ground. So I walk in quiet surrender, not trusting in my human might. For every battle I bring to Jah, He's won before the fight. And every wall that stands before me will learn the sound of holy grace, that no resistance can outlast Him when faith takes its rightful place.
Canaan was not won by
yeah. And when the walls begin to crumble, it will not be human fate, but every heart that chose obedience will rise and praise your name. For Canaan is not just a nation, it is a promise in the soul, where Jah takes broken, willing vessels and makes them fully whole. So I will not trust in my weapons, I will not trust in my fear, for Canaan still belongs to promise, and Jah is always near.
Canaan,
Oh,
Canaan,
is always near.
Canaan,
Canaan was not won by swords, but by the power of your word. Canaan was not won by swords, but by what faithful hearts have heard. Not by might, not by force, but by walking in your course. Listen, there is a promise that does not end with one generation. There are prayers spoken in tears that travel further than the one who prayed them. There are labors finished by hands not yet born, and there are blessings that arrive long after the struggle is forgotten. This is the mystery of covenant, that my children shall drink from wells they never dug. Oh Jah, remember the faithful, let their labor speak beyond the grave. Let their prayers become water for generations to come. I see the dust of weary fathers, I hear the tears of fading nights. They work beneath unkind horizons, with hope that barely held its light. They broke the ground with bleeding hands, they sowed in silence year by year. No applause, no earthly honor, just faith that you were near. And though they did not see completion, though they walked through barren days, they built a path for unseen futures in mysterious holy ways. Now I stand where they were crying, in fields they never got to claim, and I am drinking from their labor in the power of your name. Oh Jah, you do not waste a faithful seed. You turn their tears into a river I can drink. My children shall drink from wells they never dug, from mercy deeper than my hands. My children shall drink from wells they never dug, from promises you planned. What I built in tears and waiting will become their daily bread. My children shall drink from wells they never dug, because your word has said. Abraham walked through the desert, not knowing what would come ahead, but every step he took in silence became a river for a seed instead. Moses led through storm and shadow, never stepping into full reward, but his obedience carved a pathway for generations toward the Lord. David sang in caves of hiding, Some lives are not finished stories. They are foundations for others. Some prayers are not answered quickly because they are meant to echo forward. Oh, Jah, let my life become a well for someone else. Digging hands,
Weary hands,
weary hands,
faithful hands,
broken hands.
Jah remember,
Jah remember,
water rising,
generations drinking
ooh,
from covenant stream.
ooh,
Aye, aye, aye.
aye, aye, aye.
I have learned that nothing wasted in the kingdom that you build. Every silent act of faithfulness becomes a future field. So I no longer seek my glory as the final place to stand, but I pray my life becomes a doorway into your greater plan. Let my struggles turn to rivers, let my waiting turn to rain. Let my story break the silence that releases healing pain. For I am not the end of promise, I am part of something wide, a chain of faithful generations, where your word will never die. My children shall drink from wells they never dug, and I will not fear the cost. My children shall drink from wells they never dug, because nothing in you is lost. From generation into generation, your covenant stands strong. My children shall drink from wells they never dug, and carry it along. One day I will be a memory, a voice that time has gently kept. But the wells I helped to open will still be flowing yet. And they will say the land was fruitful, but they will not know the price of every tear that turned to water in the name of sacrifice. So I lay down all my pride now for something greater than my name, that my children's children's children will drink and not feel shame. My children shall drink from wells they never dug, and I will rest in what you do.
My children shall drink from wells they never dug,
Because your word is true, what I began you will complete it. To mercy strong and wide, my children shall drink from wells they never dug, and you will be their guide. My children shall drink,
my children shall drink
from wells of grace,
from wells of life.
oh Jah, let it flow forever. Listen. Hear me now. Some leave Egypt in a day, but Egypt does not always leave them in a day. The chains are broken, the sea is behind them, the promise is ahead of them. Yet the dust of yesterday still cling to their feet. This is the story of every soul Jah rescued, but still learning how to walk in freedom. Oh Jah, guide I through the wilderness. Though Pharaoh gone, the scars remain. But the dust of Egypt still on my feet. I remember the crack of the taskmaster's whip, the long hot day days beneath the sun, praying for freedom through trembling lips, wondering if salvation would ever come. Brick upon brick, burden upon burden, tears falling deep in the sand. But Jah heard the cry of his children and stretched forth his mighty hand. The sea opened wide before us, the horsemen drowned behind, yet some of the chains of Egypt still lingered in the corners of my mind. The dust of Egypt still on my feet, but my heart is marching towards Zion. The dust of Egypt still on my feet, but Jah's mercy keeps me strong. I am not where I used to be, and not yet where I belong. The dust of Egypt still on my feet, yet I keep singing redemption song. Many nights beneath desert stars, I question the road ahead, looking back toward familiar bondage instead of trusting what Jah said. Manna falling every morning, water flowing from the stone, yet unbelief kept whispering softly, you are still walking alone. But every sunrise proved it false, every blessing testified the same God who split the ocean was still walking by my side. The dust of Egypt still on my feet, but my eyes are fixed on Canaan. The dust of Egypt still on my feet, yet my soul keeps pressing on. Though fear still knock upon my door, faith answer with a stronger song. The dust of Egypt still on my feet, but Jah said, child, come along. Some wounds heal slowly, some memories fade with time. Some battles are not around us, they rage inside the mind. But Jah is patient with his children, he knows every scar we bear. He does not abandon the journey until his image appear. I carried anger from the old days, I carried shame from years before. I carried habits forged in darkness that followed me through freedom's door. But the wilderness became a classroom where Jah taught my heart to trust, breaking every hidden idol, turning pride back into dust. Little by little he changed me, day by day his light increased. The chains that once defined my story lost their power piece by piece. The dust of Egypt still on my feet, but my spirit feel deliverance. The dust of Egypt still on my feet, yet my future call my name. The God who started this good work will never leave it halfway done. The dust of Egypt still on my feet, but already I have overcome. Jah lead I, Jah guide I, Jah carry I through the night. When the road get rough, when the valley get deep, Jah carry I. When the tears still fall, the scars still speak, Jah carry I. Jah carry I. Promised land ahead, promised land ahead, promised land ahead. I can see the hills of mercy, I can see the fields of grace, I can see the hand of Jah calling me to a better place. One day the dust shall fall away, one day the journey shall be done. One day I shall stand in glory before the Holy One. No more fear and no more bondage, no more wilderness to roam, only everlasting freedom in my Father's house at home. Until that day I keep on walking, though my feet are tired and worn. For every step Egypt no longer lives in me. Farewell, Pharaoh.
Farewell, bondage.
Farewell, chains of yesterday. I walk by faith, I walk by grace.
I walk toward the promised land.
The dust may remain for a season, but just love remains forever. The dust of Egypt still on my feet. I remember the crack of the taskmaster's whip, the long hot days beneath the sun, praying for freedom through trembling lips, wondering if salvation would ever come. Yet the dust of yesterday still cling to their feet. This is the story of every soldier rescued, but still learning how to walk in freedom. Oh, Jah, guide I through the wilderness. Though Pharaoh gone, the scars remain. I'm moving forward, but the dust of Egypt still on my feet. Listen, not everything that belongs to you is received in your time. Some things are carried through generations, through tears, through obedience, through waiting. There are blessings that do not die with the first generation. They travel through the faithful. This is the inheritance of the faithful. Not what was wished for, but what was promised by a God who does not forget names written in covenant. Hear this.
Oh, Jah,
Keeper of covenant, remember those who walk before me. Their tears still speak, their prayers still live. I walk on roads they once prayed for, paths they never got to see. Yet every step I take is echoing their silent history. They sowed in fields of pain and labor, under skies that gave no sign. But still they whispered to the heavens, Jah, let your promise align. Some died without the full fulfillment, some left with faith still burning bright. But they planted seeds in darkness that are now becoming light. And I am standing in their harvest, where their tears became the rain. I am living what they dreamed of, through their sacrifice and pain. Oh, still speaks in silence, Moses still walks through the wind, David's songs still break the darkness where my battles once begin. Sarah laughs to resurrection, Hannah cries turned into song. Every waiting heart in history still proves Jah was never wrong. They did not see the full completion, but they trusted anyway. And now I stand inside their blessing, where their faith still lights my way. What was buried in their patience has now risen in my hand, for the promise of the Father always grows across the land. Some think legacy is money, some think legacy is land, but heaven calls it faithfulness, what you build when no one sees. Oh Jah, let me be part of what you started. Faithful rise, faithful stand, faithful carry the unseen plan. Through the desert, through the fire, through the waiting, the promise travels higher. Oh Jah, remember the faithful. I feel the weight of ancient prayers pressing gently on my soul, as if the voices of the faithful are still making me whole. They did not quit in their wilderness, they did not bow to delay. They held on to unseen promise until it found its way. So I refuse to break the chain now, I refuse to turn away, for I am part of something greater than what this moment displays. I am not alone in my calling, I am not the first to stand. I am the echo of obedience from a faithful unseen hand. This is the inheritance of the faithful, it was never meant to fade. This is the inheritance of the faithful, a covenant that's made, not by strength or human power, but by what you said you'd do. This is the inheritance of the faithful, and I carry it through. One day I will lay it down gladly, this torch I now carry high, and someone else will stand and wonder at the tears I left behind. And they will say it was impossible, but they will see the evidence that faithfulness is never wasted in heaven's inheritance. So I walk like those before me, with a fire I did not start, but I will pass it to the next one with a faithful beating heart. This is the inheritance of the faithful, it is alive in what we do. This is the inheritance of the faith, still breaking through. From Abraham to my tomorrow, from sorrow into flame. This is the inheritance of the faithful, and I will praise your name. The inheritance of the faithful, the inheritance of the faithful. It still lives, it still moves. Not every journey is measured by distance. Some journeys are measured by endurance, by tears, by silence, by the weight of waiting. But there is a truth that carries every faithful soul, that the promise was always greater than the journey. Not because the journey was small, but because the promise was divine. Hear this. Oh Jah, strengthen the weary traveler, remind my soul why I started. Let the promise speak louder than the pain. I I walked through valleys without direction, where time felt slow like broken glass. Every step a test of patience, every night a shadow passed. The road was long and sometimes silent, no hand to hold, no guiding flame, just whispers of an unseen calling that never called my name in vain. There were days I almost turned back, days my strength began to fall, but something deeper than my weakness kept answering every call. And though the journey felt unending, like a story without end, I held on to something greater that would one day make amends. Oh, Jah, why does the path feel heavier when the promise feels so far away? The promise was greater than the journey, greater than my fear and pain. The promise was greater than the journey, and it carried me through rain. Every tear became a teacher, every loss became a sign. The promise was greater than the journey, and it was always mine. I saw the desert stretch before me, like it would never let me go. But even in that barren silence, there was something I did not know, that every step was being written, every struggle had a voice, and heaven was not ignoring, but shaping every choice. There were nights I felt forgotten, like my prayers had hit the sky, but now I see each whispered moment was heaven drawing nigh. For what I thought was delay was preparation in disguise, and what I called disappointment was mercy in disguise. The promise was greater than the journey, even when I could not see. The promise was greater than the journey, it was always carrying me through confusion and through fire, through the silence and the strain. The promise was greater than the journey, and it broke every chain. Some journeys are not punishment, they are preparation. Some delays are not denial, they are divine alignment. Oh, Jah, help me trust what I cannot yet understand.
Step by step,
Night by night,
darkness trembling.
turning light, hold on,
Don't let go,
promise speaking.
let it flow.
Oh, Jah, lead me on. I have walked through modern wilderness, where purpose feels out of sight, where silence presses heavy questions into every sleepless night. But I now understand the process of what you're doing in my soul, that every breaking leads to building, and every loss makes me whole. So I will not despise the journey, even when it feels too long. For hidden in each step of struggle is where you make me strong. And I will carry every lesson, every scar, every unknown. For the promise is not distant, it is what I have become. Oh, the promise was greater than the journey, greater than the weight I bore. The promise was greater than the journey, and it opened every door. Not by strength, not by my power, but by mercy from above. final moment where every question fades away, I will see how every valley was shaping my today. And I will stand in full amazement at how grace carried me through. That every step I thought was wasted was leading me to you. So I will never curse the journey, even when it's long and steep, for the promise was the anchor that never let me sleep. The promise was greater than the journey, and it always will remain. The promise was greater than the journey, through joy and through pain, from beginning into ending, from broken into whole. The promise was greater than the journey, and it saved my soul. The promise was greater than the journey. And you are the journey. Listen, not every journey is measured by distance. Some journeys are measured by endurance, by tears, by silence, by the weight of waiting. But there is a truth that carries you. Listen, there are sounds that do not come from instruments alone. There are sounds that come from obedience, from faith, from heaven's command. In Jericho, they did not fight with swords at first. They walked, they trusted, they waited, and then a sound was released. A sound that did not just enter the air, but entered the walls. This is the sound of Joshua's trumpet. Oh, Jah, give us sound that breaks walls. Not sound of fear, but sound of faith. Let the trumpet speak. Let the walls hear. We stood before a city of silence, walls so high they kissed the sky. Every stone was built in defiance, every gate refused to die. No bridge could span that mighty distance, no sword could crack its ancient frame. But heaven had another language, and faith would speak its name. 7 priests with sacred calling, 7 days of steady feet, marching circles of obedience, where fear and promise meet. And though the world called it foolish to walk and not to fight, we knew that Jah was right in victory inside the quiet night. Trumpet that made the strong walls fall. It was the sound of Joshua's trumpet that answered heaven's call. Not by swords, not by might, but by walking in your light. It was the sound of Joshua's trumpet that broke it all. Yeah, one felt like confusion. Nothing changed before their eyes, but obedience does not measure victory by surprise. Day 2, the dust still rising. Day 3, the same old ground. But faith does not need immediate proof. They walked in holy silence around a city full of pride, while unseen hands in higher places were working deep inside. And every step was a sermon, every circle was a vow that Jah does not need our timing, He only needs us now. It was the sound of Joshua's trumpet that shook the earth below. It was the sound of Joshua's trumpet that made the stronghold go. Not by war, not by flame, but by calling on your name. It was the sound of Joshua's trumpet that changed the flow. Some victories are loud, but some victories begin in silence. Some battles are not fought, they are obeyed through. Oh, Jah, teach us to walk when we do not see. Teach us to trust when nothing falls. Walk around, do not fight. Walk in faith, hold on tight. Trumpets sound, heaven's sound. Walls are listening, walls are shaking, walls are falling. I have walked my own Jericho seasons, where obstacles block my view, where every promise feels delayed and doubt speaks louder too. But I hear that ancient rhythm still echoing through my soul, that obedience is the pathway that makes broken systems whole. So I march through my confusion, I circle through my pain, knowing that what looks like nothing is heaven breaking chains. And every wall I thought was permanent, every limit I believed, has a date with divine sound waves, when faith is fully received. Oh, it was the sound of Joshua's trumpet that turned a stone to dust. Hey, it was the sound of Joshua's trumpet that restored all hope and trust. Not by force, not by pride, but by walking side by side. It was the sound of Joshua's trumpet that made it just. And when the final trumpet sounded and the walls fell to the ground, it was not the hand of human power, but heaven's holy sound. And what looked like impossible fortress became a testimony song, that when Jah commands the journey, no wall can stand too long. So I will not stop my marching, even when I cannot see, for every step of faithful walking is victory in decree. Hey, it was the sound of Joshua's trumpet that changed the course of time. It was the sound of Joshua's trumpet that proved that faith is blind. Not blind to truth, or blind to fear, because Jah is always near. It was the sound of Joshua's trumpet that brought us here. It was the sound of Joshua's trumpet that brought us here. It was the sound of Joshua's trumpet. Listen, there are seasons in life when abundance is not gold, not silver, not overflowing bonds, but something simpler, something daily, something small, something called manna. Bread from heaven, given one day at a time. And in that season, Jah does not always give excess. He gives enough, and the question is not how much, but do you trust me today? Hear this story of when manna was enough. Oh, Jah, give us this day our daily bread, not tomorrow's worry, not yesterday's pain, just today, just enough. I woke in a land without plenty, no storehouse filled with gold, no rivers of overflowing silver, just the story I was told. The sky would open in the morning, and something white would fall like dew, a mystery on barren ground, but it carried me all through. At first I wanted more than heaven, I wanted seasons stacked with gain, but heaven answered my confusion with simplicity and rain. Take only what today will carry, for tomorrow is in my hand. Do not store the grace I'm giving, learn to trust what you don't understand. Oh, Jah, why does enough feel so small when my heart wants it all? But when manna was enough, I learned to breathe again. When manna was enough, I stopped counting what I lack and where. Daily grace, not stored tomorrow, daily strength through joy and pain. When manna was enough, I found you in the rain. Some days the ground felt empty, some days it overflowed, but every morning taught me patience. On this uncertain road, I watched the people gather quietly, each one taking what they need. And I learned that grace is silent when it grows like humble seed. There were voices craving Egypt, let us store and take control, but the wilderness was teaching that surrender feeds the soul. No feast of endless tables, no wine that never ends its flow, just heaven's rhythm of provision in the places I did not know. When manna was enough, I stopped running after more. When manna was enough, I learned what gratitude is for. Not excess, but daily mercy, not riches, but a steady flame. When manna was enough, I found you in my name. Some blessings are not loud, some miracles are not big, some miracles are simply enough to survive the day. Oh, Jah, teach us contentment before you give us abundance. Day by day, bread by bread, step by step, Jah provide. Not too much, not too little, just right, Jah provide. And my heart learns to rest. I remember chasing seasons where more was all I knew, but the weight of constant wanting became the thing I grew into. Then I stood inside a silence where supply looked thin and bare, and I found a hidden treasure that Jah was already there. No longer slave to endless craving, no longer lost in what I lack, for every enough He gave me was a promise stop falling, but the lessons still remain. That trust is not in what I gather, but in the one who sends the rain. For the promise was not only Canaan or a land of milk and gold, but learning that Jah's provision was more than wealth could hold. So I carry this remembrance to every high and every low, that even when abundance comes, I won't forget the desert's glow.